Say subscribe. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation, concealer, like primer, face makeup declutter. So this is a bin that I have with the things that aren't in my everyday makeup drawer. So I just did a shop with me for the everyday makeup that I wear, like every day that's in my top drawer. None of that will be in this video, and I will link that video down below. But if this is something that you would like to see or you're interested in, then please keep on watching. Okay, so I guess it would make more sense to take this stuff out of this big tub and get it out of my way. So I'll just set everything out here. And I'm not a really big foundation person, and I'll explain that a little bit here as we go along. But I'm kind of surprised when I opened this tote to see how much of the stuff that I actually really do have. So I'm also one of them stinkers that doesn't want to throw anything away. I guess I'll always think that it'll somehow I'll just automatically use this stuff in the future. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and start going through this stuff and see what I'm going to keep and what we're going to throw away. Okay guys, so right off the bat I can see that I have some unopened things, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that I'm a big fan of the Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And so here is a nice old school style one in the tube, and these are my favorite ones to use for eyeshadow primer. And so anytime I see these, I will hoard them because it's my favorite. And I don't care for the new packaging that they have for this that has the applicator, something like the Urban Decay one, and it just doesn't seem to work as well and doesn't last as long. Like this little tube will last forever, so anytime I try to get these, I always hoard these. Then I have a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is unopened, and this is a really good primer. I believe I just got this in a Trend Mood box. And I like primer. Right now, I have the Danessa Myricks primer that I've been using that I really love that's up in my makeup drawer. So this is just going to be a backup in my stash, unless I decide to put it up on Poshmark. I do have my Poshmark linked down below, so if you're ever interested in seeing some of this stuff. Next we have a NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer here, and I believe I did use this, but I bought this when I was out of state for a wedding, and I didn't really care for the performance. I know that this one was super popular online. Maybe a couple years ago, everybody was using this. And so, when you're traveling, you can't take a bunch of liquids and things with you. But to me, this one just kind of seemed to settle into lines a little bit. It is creamy, but to me, it doesn't do a really good job of blurring out those lines. And I think it dries a little quicker, looks a little drier than some of the foundations that I really like to use. So I never really used this one too much, and I will probably declutter it. And the shade is, I don't even know what the shade is here. This is light 2.5. So it'll probably be going into the declutter. So I'll just start a declutter pile over here because I don't use it. It's a liquid. Why keep it around? So this was one of my very favorite foundations for a very long time. This isn't made anymore. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I did like a matte foundation because when I was younger, I had really super oily skin. And this, the look of, like if my forehead and T-zone would just get so oily, and I absolutely hated it. Now, growing up, when I was a teenager and everything, you know, you're kind of bound by what your parents buy you. So my mother would only let us wear compact powder, like the CoverGirl pressed powder. That's all we were allowed to have. So I didn't really get into foundation until I was older, and could get it for myself. But even then, I just used drugstore stuff for probably until I was way older. So my makeup bag was probably like just one little makeup bag, and I could actually fit it in my purse and take it with me, and that was the extent of the makeup. I pretty much wore the same makeup from like high school to age 40-ish. So, I mean, I know it sounds weird, but that's the way that it was. So anyway, then I started really getting into makeup, and so that's when I tried to find foundation, and I had a heck of a time finding foundation that would work, and this was one of them. And this would be expired because it's older, and you can see that it's been used. But I love the shade of this, and this should be light beige, because that's the shade that I always wore and still do wear from Too Faced. Yeah, it's light beige. And this is a really nice foundation. It is matte. And it dries down matte, but it's not like a real yucky powdery matte. And it's really pretty. It's neutral. I have to have a nice neutral. But I really like this, and it used to smell like peaches. It still does smell nice, even after all this time. So what I'll probably do with this one is hang on to it and see if it's still something that I want to wear, because I really love this. It's not available anymore, and it was really one of my favorites. But I'll see, you know, how it looks, and if it's not expired, maybe try to finish it up. So next we have one that I haven't tried yet. This is Tula Skincare Radiant Skin. This has sunscreen in it, SPF of 30, and it is a skin tint. And I have the shade 10. So I haven't opened it yet. It has like a fancy little cap here, and it has another cap covering this one. So I'm not going to disturb it. But what I'll probably do is when I do my next shop with me for my everyday makeup, I'll bring this one into the stash and see if I can try it. So that's definitely a keep. The next one I have is the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. This does has an SPF of 15. This is the shade 40, and I love this one. This was on sale at Beautylish for a while. I just got this within last, I'd say early this year or around the holidays last year. And I really love this one. This is a really, really nice skin tint. I love the shade. It's gorgeous. It has about a medium coverage. And I'm not into like a really heavy coverage, you know, at all. I guess I never really was. I don't like how it makes your face look cakey. But this is perfect. And I really do enjoy this one. And the only reason it's not in my favorites makeup drawers, because right now I have the Danessa Myricks and a couple other foundations that I've been using instead. But this one will probably come back. You'll see this one coming back into the drawer probably soon. So that's definitely a keep. Another keep is this concealer here. This is the Huda Glowish. And I just tried this when she had her sale around. Huda Beauty has really good sales around the holidays, around the Christmas holidays. So I would highly recommend checking out her sale on the website around the holidays, because it is phenomenal. And that's when I got this one. And the shade is Fair Cool, 1.5 Fair Cool. And this is a really, really nice concealer. I really like this one. I usually get a couple shades lighter for under the eyes, and then I always wear a deeper shade of concealer like for on the rest of my face, and some like, you know, dark marks and stuff like that. But this is beautiful, and it's really blurring. You can see how it blurred out on my hand there. And it blends like a dream. It doesn't streak. It doesn't, you know, cake or anything weird. And it is a beautiful, beautiful concealer. So that is definitely a keep. So here's a setting powder. This is Jeffree Star's Topaz. I believe I got this in a mystery box, and I love his setting powder. His setting powder is really, really good. It's very fine milled. I think there's another one here. Let me see if this is open. Yeah, this is Topaz too. I don't know why I have so many of this shade. They must have been in mystery boxes. But I believe this would be too dark for me. So there you can see the consistency. And they are really, really nice. And they smell like cotton. Look how fine that is. And there I'm going to put it on my hand. And they blur and they are really nice, these setting powders. So I have a lighter shade upstairs that I use all the time. I think it's natural. It's called Natural or something like that. He don't make that shade anymore either. But of course this red lid, you know, this would be older. But these are really nice. I'll probably keep this one. And I believe I'm going to probably put this one up on Poshmark because it's just not my shade. And I'd like to see it go to somebody that would enjoy it. So we're going to put him over there. Now, the NARS concealer, nothing like that that's been used. I won't try to bother to sell anything used like that. So here's a pressed powder from Too Faced, the Born This Way. I never really got into this one too much. I'm not a big pressed powder person, but I like the Givenchy, the Jeffree Star powder's the best. And what else do I have upstairs? I have one on my, oh, the Hourglass one is really nice. I'm having trouble opening this. Here we go. Let me try to get a little bit of that out. Where's the lid? And I know that this one was a real big deal. A couple years ago, influencers were using this like crazy. And I think by the time I used it, I found it on sale. And it's nice, but it just didn't set off any bells and whistles for me. I don't use much setting powder at all. So I think, I think this is going to have to go in the declutter pile. Here's one from One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. I have never tried this. This is translucent. I hear they're excellent. I don't use setting powder, so this is also going to go, I use it, but so sparingly that I can't see opening this and letting it go to waste like the Too Faced, so this is probably going to go up on Poshmark. Here's another one, Too Faced. This is open. See how wasteful that is. But I believe this is a travel size. So I think I'll keep this one just in case I travel somewhere, which I doubt. That's in the shade Translucent. Here's a Too Faced concealer, and I did really like this. This was Peach and Nudie. This is the Matte Instant Coverage Concealer. This is a heavier coverage, and this was nice. And you can see I did use it quite a bit. But this is better, not really for under the eyes, but maybe over some blemishes or something that you want to cover real quick. This works really good for that. And it's kind of like a clayish kind of consistency, but it does smooth out really nice on the skin. And it is really, really pretty, but it's not really something that I really need. I like the Fenty concealer for that sort of a thing, not a thicker, heavier one like this. So this is going to go into the declutter pile. Besides that, it's a couple years old, so it's going to go. So the next things are going to, well, this is going to be easy. This is an easy declutter. This is the Good Apple from KVD in medium 027. I've tried this a couple of times. You can see I tried to like it. I do have dry skin now. I used to have oily skin. I do have dry. This just, to me, almost leaves like a film, like a residue on, it feels like a greasy residue on your skin. It just feels greasy. You can see it's a little shiny. And I'm just not a fan. And it settles a little bit. And I just didn't really like this. I did try it. I like the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm 100 million times better than this. So this is going to go in the declutter pile. Seems like I'm doing a pretty good job so far on the old declutter. So here we have a brand new beauty blender. This is Blending Queen. I think I got this in a Trend Mood box. It's blue. This, I don't need this, so I'm going to go ahead and put this over on Poshmark. Okay, so we have some multi-sculpting concealer from Too Faced. These two, I believe, these are the wrong shades for me. This is in light beige, and then this one is natural beige, is way too dark. So this one I'll be decluttering. This one that's in light beige I'm going to keep because I have a lighter shade of Too Faced that I just got, and then this I'll use them both at the same time. So I'm gonna keep this one because with my concealers I like to wear a lighter shade under the eyes, and then on the blemishes and things on my face I like to use a little bit of a deeper shade. So that's what I'll use that for. Here's one from Kylie Cosmetics, and it looks like this is a concealer. This is Power Plush lightweight concealer. And I don't remember, I know I've used it, and I don't remember whether I liked it. I like a lot of Kylie products. Let me see if those will blend out. Oh, it's blending really nice, just even with my finger. Hi. So what I'll probably do is keep this guy and retry him down the line somewhere. Okay, so here's one that's one of my favorite kind of concealers. This is, and you can see it's pretty used. This is Urban Decay Stay Naked. This is their correcting concealer, and these are really nice concealers. I do really enjoy these. This is in the shade 40NN. And this is really nice. This is just, I've had this for a long time though, but I do really enjoy this concealer. This would be another one that I would use just to cover blemishes and things. But it is really nice neutral shade there. And I do really enjoy this. So I'll probably keep this one too and try to finish it up. And speaking of Urban Decay, here's one that I don't care for. This is a Stay Naked Quickie. This is the 24-hour wear multi-use concealer, and this is just, I just don't like this at all. I don't use this thing here. It has this little brush up here, and then it also has that fancy dropper here, or this applicator. And this, to me, it dries super fast, and it goes into my fine lines and looks creasy and wrinkly. You see how fast that dried? It's like real sticky as I take my hand across it, or my finger across it. And I didn't like this at all. This is not the same product as this by far. This is far superior to this. And so this one is going to be decluttered. Now, all these products I buy, I've got myself. I've never got PR or anything. And most of the products I get, I try to get when they're on sale. Okay, here, this is going to be difficult here. Okay, let's do this one first. This is my favorite Fenty concealer, and a 240N. This is a backup, and I love it. And I'm not going to open it, but this is just a backup, so of course I'm going to keep it. We have heavy pollen where I live, so my voice is terrible. I sound gravelly and everything, but I just wish that it would go away. So I am a MAC girl. Everybody who follows me a lot knows my love of MAC. However, I don't love these. These are Studio Fix powders. And I wanted one of these so bad to work. I want it to work so bad. I'm trying to get it open. Because I adore MAC, and everything I've tried of MAC I really like, except for these. This one, I think it's just a shade. I have an awful time trying to match myself in the foundations in MAC. I think it's something to where I'd actually need to go into a store that has a MAC store in it and get shade matched. Because you can see how terrible I do judging here. So you see how different these are. I need a neutral. This looks too warm. And this is shade C6. So it should be cool. It looks warm to me. And then this is shade NC40. So this should be you can see it's neutral, and yeah, it is cool tone, but I believe this is too light. Too light for me to wear over my whole face. That's more of like a setting powder color, but I don't like how these sit on the skin. To me, they're just way, way, way too dry, and with maturing skin like I have, I can't wear this kind of stuff anymore. It's like that. I'm not, it's not like high school where mom's making me wear the CoverGirl, So unfortunately, these are going to be decluttered because I just can't wear them. So they are going in the declutter pile. Now, this is a different story. These are the MAC Studio Fix Fluid, and they do have a little bit SPF in these, and I love these. These are excellent, excellent foundations. So I have 2 shades. This is N6 again, and this I can wear in like the winter time when I'm, without self-tanner and things. And then this is more of a summertime shade. Or I could combine these two and use them both at the same time and kind of mix a shade. And I find out that that's what I kind of have to do for MAC foundations for myself. Is doesn't seem to be a perfect shade for me, so I kind of have to mix and match on my own. But this is excellent, excellent foundations. I love these foundations here. So I will not be decluttering these, and I'm going to try to and the only thing is to use these, there's no applicator or nothing. It's old school. You remember those ones that the girls used to wear, the liquid foundation in school, like the CoverGirl liquids or whatever that they used to shake, and then they put them on and they looked like they had calamine lotion all over their face because that's how it dried down. That's what this reminds me of, but it doesn't have that effect. This is a beautiful, beautiful finish on these foundations. I highly recommend these. They don't look drying or anything. They are not dewy. So for the Studio Plus MAC liquid foundations, if you're looking for a really good liquid foundation that lasts and that's hydrating but not dewy, yet it's matte, but it's not like super flat matte, you might consider picking these up, but they are definitely a keep. Okay, 1 bin down. See what more we have to go here. Okay, so this is LYS Serum Foundation, and I picked this up because I do like LYS, and I believe that I got this on sale, which I usually don't buy anything unless it's on sale anyway, and I didn't like this one. So for one, I think I got the wrong shade. That's a little bit too dark for me, and I just didn't like the performance of it. This is a serum foundation, so of course you only need a really, really tiny little bit. It works almost like skincare with a tint with the serum ones, but this is liquidy, a little bit more liquidy than say like my Danessa Myricks. And I didn't care for this one. And I can't quite put my finger on why I didn't care for it. I guess I just didn't care for the performance. Maybe I put too much on, because I think with these serum tints, sometimes you put an amount that you think is going to be like that you put on for foundation, and it's way too much. So then they end up looking terrible. So the shade is a little too dark, but it would be okay for the summer, like when I have a self tanner on. So I'll probably give it another try, because I did, invest a couple of bucks into it. And then we'll see if I like it. And if not, then I'll just declutter it. So I guess I'll keep it for now. This is the Givenchy Prism Libra Skin Caring Glow. I really like this foundation. This is really nice. The only thing is this color is too dark for me. But this has a nice performance. I really, really enjoy this one. Oh boy, it's old. You can kind of see how that come out, that it's old. And it looks like I'm not going to be able... And this is really oily. That is so weird. In fact, I'm going to have to get another wipe to clean it up. But I've had this sitting around probably for, 4 or 5 years. So it's probably time for it just to be thrown out. But I did really enjoy it. I would probably buy it again in a different shade, but I did really enjoy it. This had its moment, you know, 4 or 5 years ago, but it's obviously it's expired. I don't know if it would matter if I'd shake it, if that would, because I do enjoy a glowy foundation. Yeah, it's still not mixing right. So it looks like it's time for it to just be time for it to go in the garbage can. So that's what happens when you buy too many foundations and you don't use them. So it's going to be going into the garbage. Here we have Makeup Forever Reboot. And I do really enjoy their foundation. Right now, I am so hooked on their skin tint, the newer Super Boost skin tint, that this is kind of taking a back seat. But I do really like this foundation, and I'm going to keep it. They make it, everything Makeup Forever that I've tried, I've really liked. And I like the shade. I like the performance. It's a semi-glow. It's not really glowy. It's a little dewy. It is really pretty, and it works really well, so I will be keeping this one. I'm giving my wipes the old workout today. That's for sure. And here's another one. This is also Makeup Forever. I'll be keeping this. This is the HD Skin. And this is more skin-like. It's not glowy and dewy. And I will be keeping this as well. Here's one I'll also be keeping. This is the Fenty Eavesdrop. And I really enjoy these eavesdrops. They're really, really nice. They're a little more liquidy though. So, and they are a very, very light coverage. So if you just are having like a no makeup kind of a day, or something like that, you see it's real liquidy. These are really good for that. And the coverage is really light. But I enjoy this one. I've traveled with the eavesdrops. They're really versatile and easy to take with you. I like the container. I like the little squeezy tube. And it doesn't take up any room. And it's not glass. It's not a glass container, so it's easier to carry with you. We don't have to worry about breaking it. So I'm going to keep that, and I really do like those. Here's one that I really did like too. This is the Cali Ray. This surprised me that I like it, and it says shake it. This is a skin tint too. Free Dreaming Skin something. Skin Wellness Diffusing Tint. And you can hear it. Some little shaker thing in there, but I do really like this. I haven't had this very long. I think I got this the end of last summer. So it's probably time for some of this stuff to make an appearance back into my makeup drawer. And it is real light coverage, and you can see that's kind of watery, but it is really pretty. And I do really enjoy this one. You see how it blends out so nice? And just that little drop, like, you know, pretty much covered the whole back of my hand. So it is a good one. I would recommend this one. I like the Cali Ray products. They're from Tarte. They're a sister brand of Tarte. And anything I've tried from Cali Ray, I've really enjoyed. And this is really nice, but it is light coverage. So it's more of a, something like the eavesdrop where it's a, you know, no makeup type of a thing. And I do like the container. I like that it's plastic and that it's portable. We have another shade of, because you can see, I have such a hard time shade matching myself. I have a light, cool skin tone, and it is terrible. Now this one looks like it's just a little bit too light, but I am going to keep it. I will probably mix it with one of the other ones, and just to get to the shade that I want. Because actually I have, you know, this is the Makeup Forever HD, this is the Reboot, and this is another HD. So I'll probably mix them and get rid of them, but I'll keep them. Makeup Forever is excellent. I love the performance of these. They're some of my very favorite foundations. So these are bronzing drops. These are the ones by e.l.f. I'll be putting these into my, the next video that I do for Shop My Stash. These are going to be going into my drawer because I was looking for these. I don't usually get drugstore things. I believe I got this from out of a Trend Mood box, but these are really, really good. I have the, in my top drawer right now, I have the bronzing drops from Drunk Elephant, but they will make certain things pill. So it's either they're making my skincare pill or they're making my foundation pill. Something with those makes things pill. This doesn't. So I did just retry those bronzing drops just in my skincare. So I mixed them with my moisturizer and they were fine. Nothing pilled. So I think it might be when I mix them with foundation is what the problem is with the Drunk Elephant. But these elf ones, these are really nice, and you can wear these by themselves if you just want to put this on for a no makeup day, no makeup day, or you can mix these with your foundation, and they do work really super well. The only difference between these and the Drunk Elephant is that the Drunk Elephant has a lot of skincare benefits in it, where the elf one does not. But that's definitely a keep. Here's a foundation from Kosas, and I love this. I had a sample of this that I got from either Sephora or Ulta, and I really, really enjoyed it, so I repurchased this. This is a heavier foundation, more full coverage, and I like this in the winter. But it is a really beautiful foundation. I really enjoy this. And so I waited till it went on sale and picked this one up, and I love it. But you can see it's a heavier formula. It's a thicker and a heavier, more full coverage foundation. But I really enjoy this one in the winter, and it's really hydrating. And it's not dewy. It's light. It's moisturizing, but not like dewy. But this is a good winter one for me, so I'm going to keep this and put it over here in the keep pile. Okay, here's one. This is from Smashbox. This is the Halo. This is a concealer pen, and I didn't care for this. So this is a weird kind of a concealer. I don't care for this is like a brush, and I didn't really care for that. And I think this clicks up to get the product out. And this was a little drying. Now, usually I like Smashbox products. I have a lot of, you see how that come out of that brush tip. This is real drying on me. You can almost tell how I swiped it, but there might have been some residue on the brush because I haven't used it in a while. But it's real drying. And this shade is a little warm. You can see how that's a warmer shade. Maybe if I got it in a cooler tone shade, I'd like it. But you can see how warmer tone shades look really orange on me. So this is going to go into the declutter pile. My declutter pile is growing over here, which is a good thing. So on the other end of the spectrum, this is a Smashbox Halo. This is the tinted moisturizer, and I really like this. So this is one of the first tinted moisturizers that I tried, and I did really enjoy this. And I had tried a couple. I think, was it Kosas that had the real liquidy tinted moisturizer? I couldn't stand that. That was the worst product I've ever tried. It instantly went into the garbage can. I tried it a couple of times, and it was pilly. It was real thin. I didn't care for it at all. But I didn't really care for tinted moisturizers until I found this one. This is the one by Smashbox. So this one I really do enjoy. But what I have to do is to stop opening these things and use them. And me, it's like, I guess I was never much of a foundation person, and it took me so long to find foundations that really work for me that I've had this happen because I just keep thinking that I'm going to try and get something better. But this is really pretty, and it's really, nice and creamy. It's even. It's a lighter coverage. It's a light to light medium coverage. Really nice. It sold me on skin tints. I liked them after I tried this, and then I've got several more that I do enjoy. Here's another Smashbox. This is my favorite concealer by Smashbox. This is a backup. This is Light Neutral Cool, and this is the 24-hour concealer. I love these. Love, love, love. So that's a backup. Here's the Fenty, and I love this foundation. This is the Pro Filter Matte Foundation. Love this. Love this. This is an instant keep. I usually do use this one in the winter too, because it is a fuller coverage foundation. Can't get it to pump. I don't know why I can't get it to pump. There he goes. See, it's thicker. So you only need a little bit of this. And like I said, I like this in the winter because it's a heavier coverage. And then in the winter, I'm more of the shade. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful foundation. I really enjoy it. So I will be keeping that for sure. I enjoy everything Fenty that I've ever tried. I don't think there's anything from Fenty that I didn't like. We're going to put that in the keep pile. I don't think I've tried this yet. This is the Urban Decay Hydromaniac. I believe that this was on sale at Ulta a couple months ago. Excuse my dog because he thinks he hears something outside. But I don't think I've tried this yet. Oh, it looks like I did, but I don't remember what it was like, so I really can't tell you what it was. I do have the shade 41, light medium. So I'll give it a try one of these days and let you know. Okay, so as I'm filming here, I get a Chewy delivery and my dogs go crazy, so excuse me for that. Here's a Smashbox. This is the Full Coverage Studio Skin 24-Hour Foundation. This is a nice one. It's heavy. It's more of one for the winter, but it is nice. I don't ever really see too many people talk about this, but you see how thick it is? But it is really nice. It works really well. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about it. Why I never use it, I don't know. I guess it's because I have so many foundations, but it looks like it's a little bit on the warmer tone. This would be a nice one for fall. This would be a nice one for fall when you're just coming into winter, but you still have some of your, tan left from the summer. But it is a really nice one, and it's full coverage. So if you're looking for something full coverage that lasts really nice, that's a good one. If you can get it on sale, I'd say grab it. Here we have by Terry Nude Expert Dual Stick. I don't know. It might be that I didn't try this. This is True Shade 2 Neutral Beige. I probably got this on sale at Beautylish. I betcha. Looks like there's a shade here. And there's a little blender here. Oh, there is two. So there's a shade on this side and a shade on that side. I don't believe I've tried this. I have not tried this because I can't remember. It doesn't look like it's been used. I don't see any evidence of it being used. I don't see no, residue around the top. So I will try this and let you know. I could swatch it. So I'm not going to sell it because I haven't tried it. And I can't guarantee that it's never been used. And By Terry is a more expensive brand. So but I know I would have got this on sale at Beautylish. Oh boy, that's different. Ooh, it's real light. It's like a real powdery light finish. It almost instantly becomes a powder. Very cool. All right. We will get back to you on that one. And see, that's what I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I get these things, use them a little bit, and then they sit and I don't use them. And that's like such a waste. It's so ridiculous. But I think a lot of it is to consumerism, or, me, I watch a lot of beauty influencers. I watch a lot of beauty channels. So I'll see them and they look nice with something and they really like it. So I just go get it. Now me, one good thing I can say is that I only buy things on sale. So I will not just run out and buy it. It has to be on sale or something. So I will usually put it in in my cart in Sephora and Ulta or in my loves list on Sephora and then get it when it goes on sale if I'm still interested. So that's one of the reasons I don't run out and buy anything, because I might not buy it if I wait. And then if I do decide to buy it, then it's going to be on sale. I don't know if that makes any sense. But here's one that I actually really, really love. This is the Fenty stick, Fenty Beauty stick. And this is Eavesdrop stick. And I can't read it, but it's a lighter neutral color. And I have used this a lot, and I do really enjoy it. You can see that it's all the way up to here, that it's almost empty. Well, it's about halfway. It goes fast, though, but you don't need too much of this, and it just wipes right on. And this is an excellent product. In fact, I'm going to put it in my Shop My Stash next time. Because I think some of the goals in my Shop My Stash, too, should be to get rid of some of the things that I have open. So, okay. All that's left in this container is a little Smashbox trial size primerizer, which I'll be keeping that because I do like their primers. There's the box for the B Terry. We'll put him back in there. All right, we're moving right along. I just have a few loose ones here. It looks like I have a couple of Too Faced. I bet you I know what they are. Yep, this is the Cooling Matte Perfecting Primer, and two of them. So these are the primers, and I'll tell you why I have two. It's because I love this primer more than any primer I've ever used in my whole entire life, no matter what it is, other than if you want a dewy base. So this is a matte base, and this primer is just chef's kiss, and they don't make it anymore. So this is part of the Peach Perfect line that they don't make anymore. Primed and Peachy. Oh my goodness. So when they did clearance this out at Too Faced, I went ahead and bought a couple because I knew that this is something that I'd always want to use. And I have an open tube upstairs in my drawer. So I will not be getting rid of this. I absolutely love this product. I wish that they'd come out with something similar. Because if you want a nice primer for a matte base, this is the best. This is absolutely the best. It does smell a little bit like peaches, but it's nothing over the top. But I adore these, and I would not get rid of these. You could probably try to con me out of my right arm before I'd get rid of these. And I absolutely love them. So we have Hey Honey here. This is Trick or Treat CC2 cream. This is a moisturizing cream. This is like a tinted moisturizer, and this is nice. I was just thinking might be a good way to get rid of some of these is if I put them in my bathroom. And that way, after I wash my face and I have a little bit of skincare, I could just add a moisturizer, a tinted moisturizer like this, and try to use these up. So I think that's what I'll do. But I've used this a couple of times. I probably got one of these from Ipsy or somewhere and really liked it. So I bought the full size. And it is really nice. So some of these lighter moisturizers and tin moisturizers are going to have to come out for the summer, and I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them on in my bathroom. Here's one I haven't tried, but that's okay. This was free. This is Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie, and this was at Ulta, and it's the box is dirty, but this was a Ulta freebie. So I got this from for the birthday gift for being a diamond from Ulta, so this was free. And I haven't tried it yet. I've heard a lot of good things about this. That shade match looks really nice. And that's another reason that I probably have quite a few foundations and tin moisturizers, because I have had such a hard time matching my shade because of my cool neutral skin tone. It's just, really, really difficult. But this looks like a nice match, and I will try this. But it is brand new, so I'm not even gonna swatch it because I don't want it to go bad. But we will try it sometime. And then, before I buy anything else, it'd be nice if I, check my drawer and seen, what I had. So here we go with the Too Faced. This is the matte foundation, 24-hour foundation. I do like it, but it is full coverage. What shade do I have here? Light beige, of course. And it seems to me that this light beige is a little bit different of a shade as compared to the other light beige in, where is it? In the matte one. And you can see it's more liquidy. And then this is the Peach Perfect, and this is light beige. See the difference? Or is it me? So this was my favorite, very, very favorite shade of Too Faced foundation. And then, so of course, naturally, I bought the, Born This Way matte in the same shade. It's supposed to be light beige. But do you see how much warmer that is than this one? So that's the reason I don't use that one. It's too warm. I like the performance. I like the look on the skin. But I want this color here. To me, this is light beige. As neutral. But this is warm. So, I mean, I guess you would consider beige to be a warm tone. But I was, being a big Too Faced fan, believe me, I'm a fan of Too Faced. I have a lot of Too Faced. Too Faced is one of the first higher end makeup brands that I ever fell in love with. A little tiny, matte chocolate chip eyeshadow palette, and sold me on higher end eyeshadows for the rest of my life. But this is weird, and I hope you can see that that's different. But that's the reason that I don't use this one, and that's why I say that shade matching is so hard, even in the same brand, the same brand family here, that's the shade difference. So I'd have to either go into a Sephora or an Ulta. And what's bad about where I live pretty remote, and the closest Ulta or Sephora is an hour and a half for me. So hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So, but it would probably be worth it for me to investigate to see what shade I really do need now. But I would never buy another one without trying it on first, because I'm starting to get too many. But now with this one, I could find a lighter neutral liquid, like one of the Makeup Forever maybe, like this one, and use a drop of each and mix it, and that way I could get rid of it. So that's probably what I'll do, because I do enjoy the performance of the Too Faced products. So I am going to keep it for now. When you have a goofy skin tone like mine and you can't find matches, you get pretty good at mixing things. And I think another secret into your foundations and things is to know your skin tone, know your undertone. And it's really hard. It was hard for me. And even I've went to school for art. I mean, I have, I've went to school for color theory. I've had color theory classes. I've had, all the goods there. All the things because of web design. So I know what color theory is, but it was very hard for me to find my own skin tone. I was always, when I was younger, convinced I was warm. I was a warm undertone because my mother always bought me the warm shaded, CoverGirl compacts. However, they always made me look orange. By the end of the day in high school, I looked like an orange. My face looked like an Oompa Loompa. And that was why I didn't know my undertone. So once I learned what my undertone is, then it's a little bit easier that even if you buy one that say like is this one might be just a little bit too dark, but it's the right undertone, I can tell that it's cool just from looking at it here. So that's a little bit interesting. I don't know if you'd learned something for that, but this was a good one. This is a Winky Luxe. This is a tinted moisturizer. This is it's just called Light Tint. And I did really like this. It's a little perfumey, and I believe it's expired. But I love the shade. You see that neutral shade? Oh, I just love it. And it's so hard to find, a nice shade like that. And this doesn't, and it's a little thicker. And you can see it's a little, the consistency of it is off. But this was a really nice one. I really did enjoy this. But I'm going to have to put this in the declutter pile because I believe that it's expired. I'm going to have to order myself some more Sephora wipes too because I'm really going through them in scads today. But that's all I use them for, so I guess that's okay. We'll have another Sephora sale in the fall here coming, so. Okay, we're coming down. I think I have 3 things left. So here's a backup of the Natasha Denona Face Glow Foundation. It's so funny. I didn't even realize I had this. And like I said, this was on sale at Beautylish. Beautylish can have some really good deals in their sale. A lot of people shop Beautylish, once a year for the Lucky Bag. But if you keep your eye on their sale pages and if you become a member, you know, have an account with Beautylish, they do have rewards too. Like right now, I think I have over 300 points and they last for a year and you can convert them into cash off, you know, your purchases. They have the credit card sale or I'm sorry, gift card sale. And what that is a store credit. So, and that's twice a year. They have one in the spring and one in the fall. And I usually do buy from them in the fall because you get a $20 gift card or store credit for any up to $100 that you, or every $100 that you spend. And then I will use that towards buying the lucky bag. So I'm already on a start with that for this year, but I did get a backup of that Natasha Denona foundation because I really enjoy this one. So here's another one I've never tried. This is Clinique, even better. I have never tried this, and this was another one that was an Ulta birthday gift for the year. So it was either birthday or diamond. Every year you usually get a diamond gift. So yeah, I never tried it. I don't know what shade I got. 2.3. This is even better makeup. It's SPF 15. And we can take a quick look at the shade, but I'm not going to open it. Oh boy. Yeah. I guess it's neutral, but that looks way too dark. I really doubt that I ever opened this. I did. Ooh, take back what I said. Let's see what it looks like. I must not have been impressed because I put it right back in. Oh, it's too dark. I'm having a hard time. Ooh! Well, it looks like it's, well, that's why I'm not wearing it, is it is way too deep for me. Now, it is neutral. I could use this as a contour since it's, you know, nice and neutral. As that's what I could do with it. Because that shade is way too deep for me. Even when I'm self-tanned, that's too deep. So, but I believe I've had this sitting around for a couple of years. So this will be going into the declutter pile. Last one, which I should have covered before with the other one. This is the Givenchy Prism Libra Skin Caring Matte. And it is an excellent foundation. And I've used quite a bit. And I wonder if this one's expired like the other one. Oh, no, it's not. And this shade is a little bit more of the shade that I like to wear. And I really enjoy this foundation. So now that we have one that is going to perform right, you can see how nice this is. And skin caring, I'm going to assume that it has some skincare properties in here. And I love this foundation. It's a beautiful one. So it's just slightly dewy, nothing over the top. And it is matte. It's like a dewy matte, but it's not like a flat matte, drying matte. And it is a really nice one. So I will be keeping this one because I do really enjoy it. I just need to start using them and getting rid of them and stop buying new ones until I use my old ones. And in fact, you know, I think the newest foundations that I've bought have been the Danessa Myricks. And I just fell head over heels with them. And when I find something I really enjoy like that, I do tend to push other things to the side. And like I said, it's been a struggle for me to find foundations that work with my skin tone. So let's see how many we had in the first place. We'll count these up real fast. So it looks like there was 47 products, not counting the backup, and I should make it 46 because these are I just count these as one because it's a backup, so 46. So I'm getting, these are the everything that I'm keeping. Some of the stuff isn't open. This is a backup too, so we'll knock it down to 45. And I'll set this to the side. And then, so these are the things that I'm going to declutter. And I really hate to declutter these, but I'm not going to sell them to anybody that after I've had my fingers in them and they've been swatched. So these will all be decluttered. Let's see what I have. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 products. So out of 45, that's what, about 30, is it 30%? And these three will go on Poshmark. These three things that aren't touched. So yeah, that's it. That is it for my declutter. Thank you so much for watching my declutter and for putting up with me. Thanks for putting up with my shenanigans. What's your favorite foundation, or how do you find the foundation that's the best for you? Let me know in the comments. And thanks again, and we will see you in the next one.